What's up guys, Cool here. So there's a lot of player asking me for the build that I play. Like I use Little Flash, and the build that I play is using Spellburst to stack up the wheat. So it's Iceland Spellburst wheat stacking build. So before we start, look at the training dummy. Okay. And for training dummy, right, we look for cooldown. Okay, let's go. You can see how high the stack for the wheat is. I can go to close to 3000 now, like 2005 to 3000. The highest the stat is, when we reap the target, we will get a lot of damage. So sometimes you saw a big number that jump out like 7.9 billion, or this one is 8.6 billion. This is the reap. You reap the target. So I'm not using DPS pack. This is just my farming one. So if I switch to my DPS pack, it will be a bit higher. Now it's like 64, 69. Mostly when I test damage over time build, I go for 20 seconds. 20 seconds is roughly the time we need. And I have a chaos buff. So sometime before I test it out, I will just wait for the buff to drop. My buff is critical strike damage. Why we get that? Because of Vow. But right now, my equipment is still not there yet, so the damage will not be like very high. But it's around like 60 billion. Sometimes it will reach higher. Yeah, it's at roughly around here. Before I use like this, today I spent like 2 or 3 days to make this work. So that time when I start to play this build, I'm using I bought this surging aspiration. It's like 650. Now it's getting higher and higher. It's really ridiculous. the price, but the Chaos Abyss price have dropped. But I'm going to craft my own. Now I just got my chest amulet today and the ring, so I have to craft. So I also have a Maxroll, but Maxroll, some of the effects it can't be shown. So for the Surgeon Aspiration, right now this helmet, the corrupted state for 2 stack of Spellburst is too expensive. That is like 4000 over. I will wait for the price to drop. I will not get it. And for the crafting, like the priceless, here all can't use dream taking. I'm not sure why. So the element resistant, right? There will be like better way to get more resistant. This part I need a coal. Oh yeah, coal is here. So roughly is like something like that. But I always have one more effects that I haven't put anything into it. Sometimes if you need to get effects or the rip duration, like this on the glove, neither rip duration or affection, like both help. Even blur effect, because blur effect can boost our damage for the subtle impact. Oh yeah. Did I use that? Oh yeah, I'll use it. Okay. Like this build, I also like this can get this is good for weaken the enemy. But if I want to get this double corrode, I will go for these two. Like these two double corrode, and the movement speed, I'm not sure why it's not here. The movement speed just to be like 35% and above. Or you can go for crafting shoe. I'm not really sure this book is good or crafting shoe, but Crafting shoe will sure be better because we can get gear and max energy shield. So crafting gear will be much better, and we can get one ice cube level on the boots here. And for this build to work, we need beacon. Without beacon, we will not channel anything. So if I remove my amulet, there will be nothing going on. The helmet will not fire it will not trigger our spell. So for this build that I'm playing, we need beacon. There's a lot of cheat way to get beacon. One is using the photophobia before you can craft your own amulet, right? The second one is under the do I have it or did I sell it? Oh, I think I sold my. Another one is having the beacon. Try to find something that is good, like the max spell burst, so that we can use it. So without beacon, there will be nothing cast. So after we get the beacon, it will cast. And then second, another most important thing is the spell burst. Activation medium, burst activation. These we don't need to care about the damage. I bought these at 400, and because I was going for playing Iceland's spell burst, and I thought that what if I transfer my Selena build over, and I found out that Iceland's can also stack much higher wheat than the Shadow Shot. Shadow Shot, they are using 3 trigger. 0.4 and below trigger just to get high wheat stack. But for this build that I'm playing, it's like so-called easy to stack it up, the wheat damage. But if you ask me to compare both build damage, I have no idea. So Shadow Shot is using 3 trigger, but 1 trigger for 1005. I'm not going for that. I bought at 400. Today is November 3rd Asia time. This is already 1000. So I'm not sure how other player can play. So if you have the flame alley that you farm, if you want to try it out, you can. If not, don't go try this build, because everything right now is overpriced. Like always, for Torchlight Infinite, every time after 1 week of league launch, everything will go up in price in the trade house. Is that there's nowhere like new player can play and enjoy the game, whereby the trade is like this ass. Okay, so back to the point. So just remember, we need the helmet, Surging Aspiration, second beacon, third is the activation medium, burst activation. So we need these 3 items. These 3 items right now is like 2,000 to 3,000 just to start the build. And that time when I start the build, I'm using Memory Dagger. Memory Dagger, chain behind the curtain, because I have the Puggy of the God. I use chain behind the curtain here. And the chest is Twilight Vestment, just use a normal one. Twilight Vestment, and then the glove is Chaos Abyss. The belt is Confusion Belt, try to get 53% and above. I'm not sure if they increase the price of this belt. So now, they increase. So now it's at 80. So 50% and above. This equal to our T1 FX on our weapon. So for 50%, 45 to 50%. So right now everything is expensive. So for the boots, try to get 35% mover speed and above. We just use it, but I don't think I will use it for long. Like crafting shoe is much better because we can get max energy shoe. And then to start the build, right, just get 2 tracer pane, and then 2 memory dagger. You can basically start the build, but now to just start the build the cost is too high, because you need around 2,000 to 3,000. So that is like bullshit. So what I get the first equipment is I get the beacon. So I craft, I go buy the max spell burst and I go upgrade. Like I bought so much, force her to upgrade, but I upgrade it in one go. Like today when I stream in November, 3rd of November, yeah. So it's like there's still some like the blessing duration. I want to change it, but I'm still stocking up on my flame alley because when you craft, you use up everything. This part also I have I only get a T3 to reaping cooldown recovery speed. I need to get more. And now it's like the resistance is a bit fucked up. Like my EOC resistance is a lot. I need to remove this glove, like crafting the glove. And this part, it removes my fire resistance. Yeah, I haven't adjusted yet, so it's not final. And then for the chest, right? Chest suited mana compensation, but best is to get 2 energy and convert physical damage taken to cold. It's like if we look at the effects, like for advanced, intelligent, and then convert. But on ultimate, you can get explosion. We don't need extra curse for this build. Or you can get additional max energy shield. But if you are going for ultimate, like the explosion is much better. I get this because I bought this chest cheap. It's very cheap when I bought this chest, so I just use it. Like there's a lot of effects, it's not done yet. And then like here can get reaping cooldown. Reaping cooldown, reaping duration, element resistance. So element resistance also have to adjust. Like mostly is you upgrade the resistance from T1 to T0 at the back. After we upgrade the T1 to T0, we will have enough resistance. Like together with here, the aura is like give us 10%. 10%. Then if we have the aura effect, like under the chest here, aura effect, or we can get aura effect here. Like, but you have to see whichever T1 you can hit. Like for me is I will just use anything. Like you have to when we craft, right, this season, you have to see what is the ultimate effects that you hit. For the amulet, right, if you can get aura effect here, that is also not bad. Like the top is like, yeah, the top is max spell burst. Unless you're going for Ghost Slaughter. Ghost Slaughter here you have to get favor. Then at the bottom you can't get the aura effect. So I didn't do anything here, but maybe at the back I will use Ghost Slaughter, who knows. So right now is I'm not going to use it. To use the Ghost Slaughter, the price is very high. Like you have to change a lot of stuff. And then the ring is also like not much thing to get. Mine is armor because I bought this ring cheap because I won't need the curse, and this is a level 86 curse ring with a negative effect. It's not like sorry. The negative effect doesn't affect us. I'm crafting the dream taking on my amulet for another curse, but I just can't get it. So yeah, here mostly is resistant. Like there's I think we need to get these. Yeah, get these and then can think of getting the reaping cooldown recovery speed. But we don't need that much reaping cooldown recovery speed. There's a element penetrate here. Like can change the before the armor is damaged. Yeah, you can change the damage to the EOC penetrate. Like this armor do nothing for me because I have no base armor. This armor is a percentage. Percentage means that we need our base armor and then it get multiplied. If you doesn't have base armor, there will be no multiply. Sorry. And for weapon, because we are going for cold skill, that reap, max energy at the back will change. For the max roll here, right? Sorry. Under the weapon, there's bug. I can't get wheat, so I can't put it down. So the best is like get spell skill level, reap, intelligent, affection, reaping cooldown, and the skill to base wheat. We need the skill to base wheat damage. And the second weapon is erosive resistant pen, erosive resistant penetrate, and then intelligent wheat. Like these two weapons is the same, just that one is plus spell skill level, the other one is erosive penetrate. And here is like 30%, right? There's another 20% we can get it on grudge. But this right now, this candle is also super expensive. So like I put it down like this is because you can split it out. We can get blessing here when we trigger a skill. So these give us some survive and some damage, and cast speed. Determine is for some survive, so that we don't get killed by the damage over time. So but I'm not sure how it sell. These have to depend. Like this is a must. For this season SS6, right? If you look at the patch note, it say that enemy have already reduced 50% element resistant or element resistant. So on our equipment, we just need to get another 50% penetrate. So on weapon, we just need one penetrate here, one penetrate, and then get it on the candle or get it on the crafting ring. Crafting ring here can get penetrate, but that is a ultimate ember. That's why here have 20%. On weapon is 30%. On the ring is 20%. So together is 50%. We don't need more than 50% to penetrate the enemy for SS6 season. And right now I don't need penetrate is because I got Chaos Abyss. Chaos Abyss here we have 35%. Yeah, 35% erosive pen. So for us to stack the wheat, right? Because I'm using the Chaos Abyss, there's a chance to inflict additional stack of wheat. This additional stack of wheat plus under this one, 8% chance to infect one additional stack of wheat. For my knowledge, we just need one of these. So the Chaos Abyss is just a plus to it. Like this can stack 5. One shot get 5 stack. But this is the base. This is the base of the... Yeah. Like we also need this base. This is the base to deal with damage. And then we get the 8% chance. This 8% chance alone is enough. We don't need to get it on the slate. Like slate, the erosive damage per stack of wheat infected, this is like 60%. So it's like 60 something percent erosive damage. This is a good one. Like I did get this one right here. And then yeah. So a lot of people have no idea what is wheat. Wheat is a damage over time. Wheat is a alignment. So if we look at the text here, say alignment is a erosive dot damage. So you need to have a base so we can deal it. Then over here, alignment duration. Wheat is here. Alignment duration increase our damage. Affection increase our damage also. And then under this part, at the early stage, you need skill effect duration. When you have enough damage, you can drop the skill effect duration. Right now, I have enough, so I'm not using the skill effect duration. But remember, skill effect duration also increase our damage. Like here, we can get alignment duration or increase damage. And ripping cooldown recovery speed is a must-have to get. Later I will talk more about it. So when they start to stack it up, we must have reap. We can't rely on just 2 weapon. Unless the weapon reap is very high. Like unless we have high cooldown for the ripping cooldown recovery speed, and then we have like 2 weapon have reap, I think that will be enough. But right now is most of us is having low cooldown recovery speed because we don't have ultimate effects. Like we only just rely on this weapon, right? Under crafting belt there's a reap. At the early stage, tracer paint is the easiest way to get a reap, but we have to go for 1 second. 1 second reap the target. Like now it is still called cheap. This is like still cheap. So we just need to get the reap here. So we can use it until right at the back, like maybe double corrode this to 0.50 second of dot damage. So we need to get it to reap the enemy. Ripping duration also increase our damage. So it's like when we stack it out, and then we reap the target. Like you can see 18.1B, that is a high reap from the like you can see every second. The best is get 1 second to reap. If we look at the psychic here, or is it no here? This part, I'm not getting this. Why? Is because the effect have a 6 second cooldown against the same target. You need a very high ripping cooldown recovery speed to make this useful. So I didn't use that, but at early stage of the game, we need a lot of reap. So that helped, but after a while, I will remove it. Like when I have a better, stronger equipment, right? Yeah, the weapon and the crafting belt have reap. But I think I will mostly use this belt until end game. Like don't really need to change it. And the damage skill with our base Icelands, like we look at activation skill. This video will be a bit longer because there's so much thing to talk about Wilt. Like not much people know about how Wilt build works. I share my knowledge. I may be wrong, but I don't think everything is wrong. I know most of it. Like level 21 to level 30, right? Our Wilt damage is based on this. This is our base damage. So if we add core damage, we will not increase our damage. If we add erosive damage, it will not increase our damage. But when we add dot damage, like damage over time, skill effect duration, even I don't think this season SS6 they changed how the skill effect duration works. Because past season I always use that for damage over time. Yeah, and like dot damage is much more better than the erosive damage or the core damage because they doesn't add into the base of the skill. Our damage is from the base of the skill. Like what here, right? Gain how many percent of the skill damage as base Wilt damage. That is our main damage. Like at the beginning, we can get 3 part, like 2 weapon and the belt. We can gain around 150% to 170% of skill damage to base Wilt damage. So under here, right, for our Iceland, we don't need to add damage. I know that some people, they use the improve quotient, but I try it out, it dropped my damage. Because here is say minus 10% additional Wilt damage. Maybe you have a higher stack of Wilt, but it reduces the damage. And for jump, right? Jump, we need at least 1. If you can get it on candle, you use it on candle. If you can't use it on candle, you have to remove your multiple projectile and get jump. Like you need at least 1 on your link. Or when you get it on your candle, the jump, then you remove this to multiple projectile, so that we have more projectile, and we use Iceland bounce, so that it will bounce more, even more. That's why the stack can get like 2-3,000. Like just now it reached 3,000. It can go to 2-3,000 stack of wheat. It's because of the bounce, like this new skill. And we don't even need to. If we can upgrade, is best, but now it's like just too expensive to even go upgrade it. So I'm not even sure if I can get it to 5 rank. After I got my ring, right, the Entiger Pain, Sweep the Dream Taking, I will remove my curse away, and I add Black Hole. Black Hole is to straight away infect 100 affection and increase a bit dot damage. Like this 100 affection, it help for doing boss fight, but for mapping, not really that helpful unless you have a high cooldown. My cooldown is like 4 seconds. So like I'm using spell burst. So it's like I get 30% additional cooldown recovery speed. 35 is too expensive. Like this, all I use spell burst. For some player, if they play on the shadow shot, they are using trigger, so they have to use the preparation. Preparation, I think best is to go for cooldown recovery speed. Like make this cast in like 3 seconds or 4 seconds. Mine is like every 4 seconds. Yeah, it's a cooldown is 4 seconds. If after that, when I get my amulet, I got the corruption, I will change this to the Star Stalker. Like I link it down here. This is for the end game, like all get cooldown, so that you can keep casting it, because we have a spell burst that have a cooldown. Cooldown is not that expensive compared to duration. This one, if you are going for timeout 8-2 or the profound timeout, we need a flow shield or the defensive buffer. Right now I'm using the defensive buffer. I haven't get my tendency blessing yet. I need the blessing from candle. And if you use the flow shield, you need to get Reap Agony and then Iron Fortification. Why Reap Agony is because you can like reap the enemy when you're close to them. Like I always use it. My damage can get even higher when I use Flow Shield, because Flow Shield reap the target. Yeah, Rafi. I don't want to wait and see the damage change. This, oh yeah, I forgot to get reap. I run out of my reap. Like the damage can get higher. Like it reached 55, 60. Like 10 seconds. Just now it's like 50. Now it's like 60. So just add your flow shield to a reaping agony. It can increase your damage. And if you look at the repeat agony, it's a 4 second cooldown. So black hole, that's why we use black hole, so that we can get a reaping agony, so it can reap the target. And Icelands, we use the projectile, precise projectile. Here is a additional alignment damage by projectile. And then it also increase the projectile speed. And then we get deep pain. Don't need to care about the cooldown. I just level up. I put here is just to level up cooldown. It's not like I'm using the cooldown. And we use precise element resistance. That's why we need to have a high if we are not using the energy fortress, right? With energy fortress, my energy is much higher, but my resistance is fucked up. So I have no choice. I have to use the element. So you have to adjust it yourself. Try to use the element, and then under the talent tree here, right? Try to get energy shield. Don't get everything damaged, because we need energy shield to have some survive. Right now it's like 5. I stack a lot, and after I change my equipment, it's like 5,800. And another one is like, because this one is cheap, so I bought it like 50. Here I can get 100% defense gain from the chest. So it's like equipment, I say already. So oh yeah, skilling. So that's it. And then you get precise swiftness. Why? To have a high move speed, to dodge the enemy, because we are not using blink. No more blink, so we have to use a high movement speed. This build is all based on high movement speed. So at the back here can change to the grudge. We need to get penetrate, the grudge, and then the blessing. Like the second candle get the blessing. Right now they are all getting close to 1,000. So if you can find determine cheap, you can use it, but have to see if you have enough resistance, element resistance. Like the link is all here. I link it now. So for the Prigi, I use this to say Prigi of the slate, Divinity slate, right? We are not using the Prigi of the god, so we go for Space Reef. Space Reef is like 2,500, and this is like copy the talent on the left side, copy everything on the left. So it's like I increase my cast speed by using these. This increase our cast speed. Cast speed equal to damage. Like you look at the burst here, it says spell burst charge when using a skill. Path of Flame have the highest channeling. Like it casts very fast. So we remove we just need to look at this part. Like the cast speed for mobility skill 70%. So I have 140%. It get multiply, and then this one also 140, so it's at 280% cast speed. Here I get 1 jump, so right now I have 3 jump, because these get copy. The candle, when I replace it, we only left with 2 jump. 2 jump is enough, so that here can all use projectile. And for some survive, we convert physical damage taken to random element damage. And for the branding, this is just for move speed, but it's expensive now because everyone is using it because of move speed. So for me, I use this because it's cheap. I try to get 3 gold legendary, and then I get a damage 1.6% erosive damage per stack of weed infected. This, I think the price will also go up. So at the bottom 3, right, the best is to get additional damage against cursed enemy, ripping cooldown, recover speed, and then affection. How to get it? We have to brand it, right? Like under here, when you select, you need to use this, the legendary one, and then go buy this, because you want the legendary effects to come out. So we have to go to item here, under item season at the back. We need to use Psychic. Psychic now is expensive. So it's like 100. It's around 100, but now it's expensive. So it's like we need 3. I think it's 3 of it enough. I never usually use this, but because we need to get the talent, Space 3 can multiply it. Like Space 3 can multiply this, so it's like 20%, 50%, and plus 12. So this is a good one. And then under here, cast speed also minus 20% additional element damage taken, but this is expensive. That's why I didn't get it. I get extra energy shield because my energy shield is too low, so I get extra energy shield here. So it's 100%. And then the other side, this one is more cheaper. Like a lot of people will ask why critical strike damage, because under we change indifference to Val. Val is duration of alignment cast by critical strike is double for every 3% critical strike damage plus 1% additional alignment damage. The more critical strike damage we have, the more alignment damage we have. 3% for 1%. So where do we get the critical strike damage? We can get it on the chaos. Right now, this last god tier for critical strike damage, chaos buff is still not expensive yet. I'm not sure when it will go up. I bought it around less than 20 or less than 30 frame rate. So the critical strike damage, we get it from here. T1. Then we get affection or ripping cooldown. This is also the same. Critical strike damage, ripping cooldown or affection. The base effects is all the same, just that depend affection is cheaper or the ripping cooldown is cheaper. I bought mine, that's one that is cheap, it's like only 10 or 15. I don't remember. Like I got 3 of them, and there's one that I got it like only 40 frame rate. The rest is 180. And then on the bottom right here, oh, remember dot damage give us damage. Affection also. So the best is what? Dot damage, affection, ripping cooldown, recovery speed. That's it. Like if I can go brand, oh not this one, this one. So if we look at the result here, affection increase damage, ripping cooldown, recovery speed, and then there's something called spell critical strike damage. We can't use that. Second, EOC skill critical strike damage. We also can't use that. What we need is critical strike damage. So there's really nothing left, and like core damage doesn't increase our beat damage. EOC, the increase of beat damage is very low compared to dot damage. So after all, we only can get dot damage, affection, and ripping cooldown recovery speed. So the critical strike damage only can get it at base effects. So we need this critical strike damage. Equipment, our critical strike damage is like we can get to. Right now, my critical strike damage, because I have buff from chaos. After the buff, right, is around 400%. If I don't have the buff, it's around 150% or 200%. Yeah. Like my ripping cooldown recovery speed is like 150. My goal is to get to 350% to 400%. That is roughly enough. We don't need to go higher to 600. That will be like too much crafting. And yeah, and that's it. So we need critical strike damage so that it will increase the beat damage. And next one is the talent. The talent, if you like, the core is like the blade, right? And then the starter impact. And then here mostly is like get energy shield charge. This part, like I think this, because we get for the 60% max energy shield, this part is already enough, 24 point. And we must get base beat damage. And this to inflate it. And then the warlock max energy shield. Why I use this? Because if I want to change to Shadow Master, I only need to respect one. So my warlock is on the second one. Like if I need to respect, I can just respect one. So my second one is the warlock. Warlock, we get Vow, and then we get off the beaten track. Some people go for 30 tricks. 30 trick will be a bit hard, but that's why I didn't go for 30 tricks. I go for off the beaten track. Like the mana issue, everything is much more simple. With 30 tricks, we will run out of mana very fast. That's why I need to get this. So max energy shield. This is a must-have affection. Affection effect. There's not much affection effect we get. So this one is important. Cast speed. And then here, just need 4 mana on hit. So if there's no mana, our spell burst will not cast. Because we have no regen. So we need the on hit to regen our mana. And then alignment duration. Cooldown recover speed. Help out our speed out on the black hole, all that. And this is a must have. If not, we will die very easily without this. And then get all skill level. And then activate Burr to increase the movement speed. Just to run fast. So that our mapping is very fast. Here must get element resistant. A lot of people don't get the element resistant here. Another one is like 4 point. Yeah, 4 point. This 20% damage for every type of alignment the enemy have. This increase our damage like 20% more, but I run out of point to put. This need 5 point. Unless I remove this, I don't want to run fast, then I will add this 20% more damage. So about these effects, right? This legendary medium talent, alignment damage in non-resistant. I go try it out, my damage didn't go up. Some player they try it out, their damage go down. So I'm not sure this help or don't help. Some player they get it, but for my own test, I don't find that this is useful, so I don't get this point. You can go try it out to see whether it works or not, but I can say that not much difference. So I rather save 1 point from here and add to max energy shield. So under Psychic, we go for days. We get 20% additional alignment damage. And this part is the extra curse. Max energy shield, damage, crowd control effect. We have a few, so it will increase the damage. But I don't think this will be a lot because it's not additional. But 72% is still not bad. And then here I got 1 point to energy shield, or you can get 1 point to ripping duration. The one that I list down here is going for ripping duration, but there's too much point. You can look at it. If there's too much point here, just go 1. Because you need to get to the second one. If not enough point. And then you get the curse because of the paralyze. But when we get grudge on the candle, we can remove this point. Then maybe we can add it up to otherwhere else. Maybe energy shield, even more tanky. And then ripping cooldown recover speed here must have. Affection also must have. Blur effect and the blur effect for every 1% life loss. This help, this increase damage. Here alignment duration, right? And this part I already say just now. So what other thing to say? Hero trait is like the right side. The last one is left side. And then now I'm still like slowly to level out. This branding will take very long. Like this random effect, this crafting will take very long. I don't think I miss out much. I should have say everything that I need to be say about the wheat build and how wheat damage works. Mostly is like I go look around in the Chinese forum or the Bilibili website. This is what most of them say about what is wheat. And some of it is like I test it out myself. I play wheat build a lot of 2-3 season. There's one season is playing the Yuga 2 Shadow Swarm. The time when Shadow Swarm is bugged, it can stack the Terra quality. That season I played. And then still got which season? Season 2, S2. I play Little Fresh. Wilt build using the speed firebolt. I think it's under intelligent, and then it's fire, like speed firebolt. But now it's because speed firebolt is not an on hit skill. Yeah, another thing about if we want to play Wilt damage, right? Wilt, we must use a skill that is an on hit. Not every skill in this game is on hit. So if I think they nerf this damage or it become what is a non-hit is like for example erosive. My control is not an on-hit skill, and I don't like to play my control anymore. There's some bug that you don't hit the enemy at all. And shadow shot is a on-hit. That's why like it on hit you will hit the enemy. Then we can apply the Wilt. If the skill is not on hit skill, there will be no Wilt at all. Like we can't apply. Candle. Just remember that to just even start this build is freaking expensive. So think about it before you change your hero to Little Flash. Little Flash still have other build. Just that right now there's 3 build is too popular. One is Shadow Shot, but they are using 3 trigger like the rhythm, track, and instruction. Everything that is 0.4 second and below is all 1000 over. So like this, Shadow Shot is, I think Shadow Shot is so expensive. And then second is Spell Burst, Iceland Spell Burst. Like all the item is Spell Burst item. And then for me, I play Iceland, Spell Burst, Witch stacking. So like my build is just a fusion of what the other 2 is. For me, I find that this is much more cheaper. A bit cheaper than the other 2 build. But now, I can't say that. Now, all 3 build is the same, expensive. Like, I just go corrupted, right? This is 3,888. The helmet that we need, like the double stack, the 2 stack, 4,658. How? This is like few days ago is still at 1,000 to 3,000. Now it's at 4,000 to. You can see how fucking asshole the price is. So even if I want to sell this helmet, I can't bought the second one. It's like I don't have that much frame eddy. And I can run, for me is I can run Timer 8.2 and Profound. Profound take a bit time. Like if I want to farm all that, it take a bit time to clear. If you want, you can like catch me on my live stream on Twitch. I stream almost every day. Mostly Sunday will rest, but today Sunday I did stream. And then mostly it's 9 AM Asia time. I wake up, I will start to stream maybe 4 hour to 8 hour. And that basically, if you find that this guide is helpful, just give me some like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any question, just comment down below. I try my best to reply. And thank you guys for watching. See ya. Bye bye.